Wow, who would have thought? Fake news spreading journalists are being demoted and then quitting? Who would have ever thought that would happen? How are you guys all doing? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith and you're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, in which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure that you guys are following me on all the platforms you see above and below. Hitting this thumbs up is how my content can consistently be recommended to you and keeps me on your YouTube feed. When you do subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, which will bring up another little tab that will allow you to select all notifications. Don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father. That's on YouTube that I'm scrubbing clean. They're going to be putting fresh new content on it in the near future. And don't worry about the spelling up there for Rumble, how Renaissance Man is spelled. It's supposed to be spelled like that. Is it spelled wrong? Yes. Is it supposed to be spelled like that? Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had to give you this right here because y'all know this is this news guy right here is one of the, he's like the fly. And then again, I don't know, he may not be a fly to Trump, but he's one of those annoying journalists, if he calls himself that, a news anchor that is one of the main people that spread like a whole lot of propaganda. And now with all the stuff that's hitting the fan with the wokeism and how people like myself and other YouTube people and other content creators, or whether they're on Instagram, Facebook, yada yada, peanut butter, you guys are looking to us to give you guys the news and the truth. We're showing you real footage. We out there showing you guys the real deal instead of trying to push a narrative. We just showing y'all what is. That's it. So who am I talking about? CNN anchor Jim Acosta reportedly leaving embattled network after being demoted to the graveyard shift. They was taking that man from his primetime 10 a.m. slot and putting him at midnight where they know ain't nobody gonna be watching. Jim Acosta, or Acosta, a reporter turned anchor, so they say, who spent years attempting to do battle with the Trump administration, has reportedly called it quits at CNN after being threatened with losing his time slot. The anchor was reportedly left with an ultimatum as the network head honcho, Mark Thompson, ruthlessly made cuts at CNN last week. Accept the midnight time slot or your future at the network is in question. Acosta was set to lose his 10 a.m. show in exchange for a relocated version of Wolf Blitzer program as part of a complete reshuffling of the fading cable giant's schedule. So y'all, Trump been calling this stuff for the longest, calling out fake news, and y'all thought it was all conspiracy theory bull crap. Look what's happening to these news networks now. Look what's happening to them now. They're going to have to revamp themselves. They've seen that the Democratic Party has completely destroyed and imploded on itself, and they're going to have to do some restructuring, rebuilding in order for anybody probably to even go back to them. You know, we'll see. But as far as this goes, the news, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, a lot of them, they're all having the same exact result. Right? You see that they're all starting to plummet. Anyway, Status reported Monday night that the anchor has told close allies he will call their bluff and depart as Trump returns to the White House. The network has reportedly tried to sell Acosta on the idea of being during primetime hours on the West Coast, but ratings were likely to take a nosedive. While Acosta show was far from the network's biggest problem, only reruns of Bill Maher show, HBO show, and CNN's biggest stars like Jake Tapper, Anderson Cooper, and Abby Phillip did better than his 10 a.m. show. It could be seen as Thompson looking to take the network away from the liberal drift in recent years. The timing of the demotion 3 days after Trump inauguration raised suspicions that CNN was trying to curry favor with the incoming president by sending his biggest antagonist to the Siberia of television news. That's horrible. Formerly the network's chief White House correspondent, Acosta achieved infamy while agitating Trump, leading to some of the president's most memorable put downs. "You are a rude, terrible, nasty person," the president clapped back at the botherer in chief in especially testy 2018 exchange. Acosta's visibility soared during Trump's first term when his combative questioning riled the president and memorably provoked him to labeling CNN fake news. So he was the start of their downfall. Who would have thought? The then chief White House correspondent had the press credentials revoked in November 2018 when he accused Trump. When he was accused. No. Let me say this slow. His credentials were revoked in November 2018 when he was accused of putting his hands on a young intern who tried to yank the mic from him. And I think y'all can see the video right here. Yeah, he did like this at her arm. Conservatives will likely shed no tears over his leaving the airways. As Charlie Kirk wrote after hearing Acosta leaving, the media landscape is unrecognizable from the beginning of Trump's first term in 2017, and that's a very good thing for America, Kirk wrote. DailyMail.com has reached out to CNN for comment. Acosta proposed banishment to CNN's Graveyard Midnight slot delighted many of his colleagues who have long been fed up with his grandstanding ways. Few are hiding their glee that President Trump, botherer-in-chief, has been moved from a plum morning slot to a time when viewing figures plummet even further. Jim is one of the least liked and most eye-rolled of all the talent in CNN, and this has been long-standing status, said one network insider. He's insufferable, an egomaniac. If he can make himself part of the story, he will. Another added, his jealousy is even visibly thicker than his makeup and hardened hair gel. Everyone knows he's the guy who constantly sparred with Trump. I imagine that's not the look the network is going for right now. Another longtime ex-staffer told DailyMail.com. On Thursday, CNN announced 200 layoffs and a series of major changes, one of which was to boot Acosta from his mid-morning slot and give him a show starting at midnight. He later parlayed Trump's animosity into a plum morning hosting gig and the best-selling book, The Enemy of the People, A Dangerous Time to Tell the Truth in America. But behind the scenes, his rise from obscurity rankled colleagues, several of whom told DailyMail.com they grew tired of Acosta's resistance shtick. That's what they said. Before Trump came along, Jim was a run-of-the-mill on the air talent, but then came to his epiphany, dished our inside. He realized if he needled Trump, people would applaud him on Twitter and online. Jim simply could not resist the added limelight. The thing is, folks, I'm gonna just go ahead. I can kind of shut it down right there. This is just showing you guys right now that he was able to ride on the Trump deranged syndrome, woke, we hate orange man bad syndrome, folks. He was able to ride all of that. He was able to do it when people where it appeared that all Americans were for it. They made it like everybody hated Trump. These mainstream media news outlets had so much manipulative content out there. They were able to manipulate the masses. An example that I always give you guys, if all they show are white police officers doing things to black people, you would assume that all police officers across this entire nation are racist and prejudiced and white supremacists, the way the news would do it, right? The way they portrayed Trump made a lot of people dislike Trump without even researching to see if what Trump did or even said was even true. Better yet, they didn't even research what the news said. They just rolled with it because it seemed like the masses were rolling with it. And therefore, it must be true if everybody is saying it, if everybody is doing it. But the fact that Trump kept fighting back, fight, calling the news fake, telling people go out there and look what the news is doing. Look how they twisted my words. Trump literally gave a huge revelation to a lot of folks who said, okay, I'm just giving y'all a realistic, view of what a lot of people said. They were like, oh, okay, yeah, we know Trump is crazy, but let me see what he's talking about. Well, God dang it. Look at that. Trump was right. They did twist his word. Wait, he didn't say that. Wait, he did denounce white supremacy. Yeah, he did denounce Duke. What? And it made people start questioning the news, and that became the initial downfall of fake news. That's how it happened. So now America voted. They voted for the convicted felon of 34 counts. They voted for that. We voted to get these illegals out of here. We voted that there's going to be two genders. We voted that men should not be in women's sports. That's what we voted for. We voted that masculinity at the end of the day is the reason why America is functioning like it is. We voted for that, which means men and women. Overwhelmingly, different genres of racists overwhelmingly voted for Trump. Black people, we did too. We made not substantial, crazy, but it made an impact. Yes, and it's steady climbing. So why do you say that, Ty? Because people right now are in a state where they are done. They're over with. You trying to bash Trump, do this other. Nobody wants to hear that bull crap no more. We're not falling for it. People got hit with the okie dokie already, right? They seen the what's behind the curtain. It's not going to work. Bye-bye. Go cry. Okay, go in the corner and cry. Nobody wants to hear you. Nobody wants to see you no more. Bye. Anyway, folks, you guys all let me know what you think about this by putting it in the comments below. after this video. And don't forget to do what you see right there, the comment part and all that. Don't forget that. If you would like to see the next video that I will be doing, most likely in chronological order, it will be up here. Variety here. I am Ty Smith, model Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.